Hey there. I recently shared a post about how we, more often than not, like to believe that our biggest changes are behind us and that we're done with our evolution. And so we tend to invest our energy into staying where we are, who we are now, rather than evolving into what we potentially could be in the future. And my story is this. I relocated to Bangkok, Thailand, when I was 28, and I loved it. I'd created this amazing life. I had a great job and a great community around me. My family was there, and that was it. I was like, I am never leaving. I actually met a financial advisor. One of the questions was, will you ever relocate to the UK? And I said, absolutely not. I will never go back to the UK. Now, possibly about 6 months later, my boss came through town and he started talking about the restructure he was doing. And it took a few go rounds for the penny to drop, but essentially there was a position available and he wanted me to fill it. And it turned out this position was in Paris. Now, I had been to France maybe once or twice before, and in fact the last time had been in the past 6 months for a wedding. And I remember thinking, I wish I had spent more time in France. I wish I'd spent more time here because it's such an amazing place. And so be careful what you wish for. Because once I knew that there was this opportunity available for me, I couldn't have imagined it, right? In my mind, I was staying in Thailand. I was happy that was me forever till retirement. This one new piece of news, the company support, the possible package and relocation, the excitement of living in Paris, the new challenge. And I couldn't let it go. It was like once I'd seen that potential future, I couldn't go back to the one that I'd imagined for myself. I had to give it a go. I had to try. And the other thing that happened was I remembered the words of my mother when I gave up GCSE French or French for A-level, and her saying, "You'll regret it." And so age 30, I was moving back to France with my GCSE French and thinking, yep, you're right, Mum. So I lived in Paris for 3 years, and honestly, one of the best experiences of my life. And I wouldn't change that for the world. And yet I couldn't have forecast that. And I could have bumped up against that, had that opportunity and said no. And my life would be very different for it. And so I'm just offering that because had I stayed where I was, age 30, in Bangkok, the likelihood would be that I would have reached my comfort zone. In fact, I was probably already in my comfort zone. That's home for me. It might sound exotic, but I grew up there. And so actually what I had to do by going to Paris was stepping out of my comfort zone. I had to grow, I had to stretch, I had to become a different version of myself. I went to head office. I learned so much about business and strategy and operating in a matrix organization and stakeholder management and leadership. And so, but I never have forecast that. And so I share this story just to say, be open to what might be around the corner. Don't be fixed in this is it, I'll never change. And if you are feeling uncomfortable, maybe you're not happy where you are, then consider what might you grow into, what might you change, how might you evolve? Because there are opportunities everywhere. We just have to open our mind to them and be willing to embrace that and set wheels in motion to make them happen. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm Charlie, I'm the Life and Career Redesign Coach. You can book a session with me. I have conversations with people that help you transform your thinking. I'd love to hear from you.